Well, we're on to the next step. The axles have been removed and we've got really good access to the frame rails now. You can see that there's not too much left. We're just going to take off all the leftover bolts and mounting points and get the frame as cleaned up as we can. So ultimately it'll look good. You can see our graveyard of parts that have come off the truck is slowly starting to grow over time. Looking at some of the exhaust components, two of those fenders we're actually going to reuse to send this truck on the road. So two of the minimizers are going to get used up, but two of them are in pretty rough shape and not worth a whole lot. There's a lot of discussion about all this equipment that comes off the truck and what it's really worth. What's happened in the last couple of years is the value of this has declined significantly. When I first started doing these trucks, there was a few thousands of dollars between the first axle and the wheels and the exhaust, all of these things, the commercial fifth wheel plate, they all had value. But what's happened in the last couple of years is that, at least where I am here in Alberta, Canada, there's a plethora of this equipment in the wreckers yards, the heavy duty truck yards, and I'm just not getting much value for it anymore. So if you're doing a build on your own, you may want to really be cautious about assuming that you're going to recover a lot of expense by selling off these parts. Also, you have to think about your time. I've advertised these parts on Craigslist, or Kijiji here in Canada is pretty popular, and you get a lot of people that phone, a lot of people that waste your time, a lot of people that don't show up. So sometimes it's nice just to be able to take it for scrap and not have to deal with the time and the labor and the hassle of having people to come and look at it. Well, we're getting down to the last bits of mounting brackets and exhaust brackets that need to be removed from the frame. After this is done, we're going to start getting the grinders out and cleaning up all the rust and scale so that ultimately box liner can be applied to the frame so it looks good. We're looking here at the rear cross member. This cross member is going to be in the way for singling mid, so that's going to be, the bolts are going to be cut out of that, and it's going to have to be slid back about 6 inches so that the frame mounting equipment can be in place. Of a special note, this is where the torque arm is going to be coming across, so we're going to put the torque arm mounting bracket on the inside of the frame and just snug this up as much as we can so that we'll have room to put our ET hitch, our ET Senior from Henry Schmidt, in the frame rails back here. got it. Good. Well, we got all the bolts cut off the frame, and we've got a nice flat surface now, so we're going to get the grinder to it, clean it up so it can be primed, and as well it'll give us a really nice contact for the mag drill to be able to drill the new holes that are going to be required for singling at mid, getting the suspension in its new position.